Welcome back to the Fight Pit, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you for joining us every week. We got a fun one today, folks. I cannot wait for you to meet these guys. Intro music.
They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah, that's overdue. My trophy say that's overdue.
What up? Hola, mi gente. Bienvenidos. Appreciate you guys for joining us. It's your boy, Drew. You know how we do it, High Fight IQ, every single week. Today, I got some of the homies in the MMA podcast community. These guys are just some of the coolest dudes. I love them. They had me on their podcast, the Putasos Podcast, full. And I've been waiting a while to get them back in. Finally got it set up. So without any further ado, I give you Joe and Sam of the Putasos Podcast.
Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you.
What's going on, everybody?
How's life treating you guys today? Good?
Life's
Fantastic,
good, bro.
yeah.
Life's good. Couldn't be any more grateful. No complaints.
Amen. Amen to that. I hear that. We'll chop it up on the MMA and stuff here, but what's life like been for you outside of work, outside of the podcast and everything? Anything new? How's 2024 treating you?
24 is good, bro. We're both working hard in our respective, our jobs and stuff like that. My family's growing. I got my second son on the way. So that's super positive for me, man. Super positive for me.
Congrats, brother. Congrats. I don't partake in the Stogs anymore, but I have one with you in spirit. No, it's still High Fight IQ. Just not. No, never that, man. Never that.
Hold up.
No, it's High Fight IQ, ride or die, baby. Always. And I for sure I'll be getting back out there to we'll definitely be able to get a session in person one day once I get back out there.
For sure.
Sam, how about you, brother? What's life like?
Life outside of work or including work?
Either or, just whatever.
Good. I'm trying to keep developing my business. I do media, so video, photo, websites, marketing, stuff like that. So pretty good with that. Don't have any kids of my own. Don't have, no girlfriend. Living the single life. Pretty. It's a good time. It's different. It's good though.
Is it? Do you do everything under the Putasos banner, or do you have like a separate company?
Oh, I have my own company as well. Yeah, Visual Vitamins is the name. I got
That's sick. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, it's official.
Yeah,
It's
Visual
official.
Vitamins. Yeah.
He's in it for life. I dig it.
Yeah. Seriously.
I am one for commitment. I respect commitment. Absolutely. All in. I dig that.
Sorry.
What's that? Go ahead.
How about yourself? How's everything
How's life
outside
for you,
going
bro?
for you? Outside of MMA, podcasting?
It's I cannot complain at all. I'm a very minimalistic kind of guy, very low maintenance. It's not hard to keep me happy as long as I got a roof, I got food, everybody's healthy. As long as I wake up in the morning, I'm thankful. I thank God that I made it through the day every night, and then I thank him again when he wakes me up, and that's about it. We got all the kids in the family are starting school back up, so all the back to school pictures floating around and trying to keep up with that, and no kids of my own yet. So, I'm still a fucking kid. I don't need
Bro, that's how I feel too. I'm like, damn, I'm really allowed to raise a child? That's crazy. That's crazy.
Man, I've had people telling me my whole life that I would make a good dad. I've worked with kids. I was a child care worker at one point. I've always coached, basketball, soccer, karate, boxing. I've coached kids. I love kids. I'm great with kids, but I got my hands full with the kids that aren't mine in my life. So I'll wait a little while, give myself a little bit of a buffer before I start. bringing any more me's into the world. I think the world can barely handle me as it is. So
yeah, I feel that.
So you guys, for anybody who's new, you guys have the Putasos podcast. You guys do a lot of the similar stuff that we do here on the Fight Pit. You guys do all the breakdowns, the picks, interviews, all of that. How did you guys, what was your introduction to MMA? How did you guys get into MMA? What made you want to, pursue doing the whole podcast game?
For me, I got into MMA. My mom actually used to watch UFC, which is kind of weird. But Chuck Liddell grew up, or he lived like 15 minutes from us, and he was a bouncer at a bar that my mom used to go to. So, yeah. So she watched the Chuck Liddell fight. So that's kind of how I got into it, and then kind of fell out of it a little bit. I wasn't too in touch with it and following it, but I would watch it with her when Chuck Liddell was fighting, and then I'd say probably got super more into it during the Conor McGregor era, like a lot of people did, legendary. And got into the podcasting. I was doing a podcast, doing a couple other podcasts, different genres, different niches, but and Joe wanted to do one because we're super into it. We watch every fight every week, so we were just talking about it and kind of just came to be real.
Yeah,
just happened. I dig it. Diehards in the house. That's all we do. How did you guys meet each other? How long have you guys known each other?
We've known each other since first grade, my boy.
Bro.
Dang.
Check this out. Check this out.
Yeah, we were in first grade together. We've been best friends since elementary.
That's dope, bro. That is dope.
I don't live here. We used to live together. I don't live here,
these are up in my house, bro.
I even got my kid.
Let's go.
That's Sam.
The blonde,
handsome devils.
Yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Man, all out. I don't know how it was for people outside of California, but up in California, they always had us in those Western backdrops in school pictures. Man, there ain't no cowboys out here, bro.
There's no real ones.
That's dope. So clearly you guys have been solid for quite a while. That's dope. That's cool that you guys have that, that like homie, best friend, brother energy, and you guys were able to parlay it into doing some work together. That's what it's about, honestly. I think that's really the best to do. Being able to like turn like what you're passionate about into work, and like, be able to thrive off your talents and stuff. That's G shit. That's G shit. So when you guys started the Putasos podcast, did you have the like a main idea that you guys had, that you like a game plan you were following, or did you just hit record and say we're going?
Kind of just hit record and went, just kind of try to improve us where we went. We're actually kind of undergoing like a little rebrand right now.
Yeah. Is it gonna be the same name, or should I put a different name?
No, we're gonna keep the same name. We're just gonna be redoing logo, redoing like how we approach videos and content and stuff like that, because we kind of just did it all out of just passion up front, just kind of what we like to do, which is cool, know.
Of course.
But now we're like, all right, we're kind of at a point where it's like, if we're gonna keep doing this thing, let's try to do it the most methodical way possible,
most systematic.
So.
I hear that. Nothing wrong with the rebrand, dude. I've rebranded so many times in my life. It's and sometimes you got to. Sometimes you hit that point where you're like, we got to change things up, got to shake it up. Getting comfortable is like good but bad sometimes. So I feel it. And there's I just redid the High Fight IQ logo too. The last one, I was like, man, I've had it for so long, people aren't gonna know what's up. And then once I got the new one done and I was like, I should have did this sooner.
That's probably how we feel.
Bro, our logo, basically just one day one of our homies just pieced it together on his phone and just sent it to us. He's like, this would be cool. We're like, well, let's use this for now until we figure it out. And we just got comfortable and left it there. So we're gonna get a new one going.
Whatever comes of it, bro, whatever you guys decide on, I know it's gonna be dope. So just go with it. Make sure you let me know so I can share it out, post it out, and everything too. You guys, how long have you guys been doing the podcast now?
Under a year.
Under a year for sure,
But
or
like
maybe like
barely-
right about
barely
it.
under
Maybe
a
like
year.
right about a year.
Nice.
Yeah. How long have you been
about
doing
a
it
year,
for?
About a year now.
Oh, bro, I can't even remember. I've been doing, as far as like MMA content, I've been doing that kind of just forever. But
Yeah.
starting this, like getting with House Call and jumping in and working with them with the FightPit and trying to like actually like put effort in and do it legit and everything. I think around September of last year. So getting on to a year too.
Yeah, that was us too. September,
Yeah?
early mid September. Yeah, is when
Let's go.
So yeah.
Yeah.
We got the same podcast birthday. That's what's up.
Yeah.
As far as like being fans of MMA and not trying to set aside like the biases, because I know that we meet people and we talk to them, and then you're just like, okay, I'm rooting for him no matter what. If you had like a favorite fighter like of all time, who would you say is the one person you're like that's the number one?
Like the best or favorite?
Favorite.
Favorite.
Ah,
Dude,
I already know who he's gonna pick, and I'm probably the same person.
It's hard to not go
He's
McGregor.
just the most entertaining. Yes.
It's hard to not go McGregor during his prime. I mean,
And same with like when I first started watching it when I was real young. I was like 5 years old or so whenever the UFC actually started, and then my parents were always watching pay-per-views, boxing, and all of that, and so I watched them when I was real young. I didn't get like hardcore into watching it until the Chuck Liddell era. So you always remember your first favorite. It's hard to go against that one too. What about you, brother?
I probably got to roll with the same, bro. So Rashad Evans was like the first fighter I really liked, and then I kind of fell off, and then the McGregor era like brought me back into it. And he's not like the best ever, but most entertaining for sure, bro.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
sure.
I feel it. I was, even though I'm from the 209 and I always got to side with Diaz, he was a featherweight, bro. Like I never thought they were even gonna be fighting each other at any point. So I thought it was cool. I thought we were in the clear. But I remember when he was like first getting on, and he had like he was out in like Venice doing all the movement and like the dude with the ponytail and just a beach bum type. I'm not ashamed to admit I was a huge McGregor fan at that point too.
It was hard not to be. He was just doing everything so different, and then he was just
calling
his
his
shot, man. It was
just hilarious, entertaining.
All the way up to winning the title. That's so rare. That's so rare. Being able to call your shot is one thing. Being able to do it that many times in a row, that's something else. That's something else for sure. If you guys got to choose who McGregor's comeback fight was against, just doesn't have to make sense. Doesn't have to be next in line or anything like that. Whoever you guys would want him to fight, who are you looking for?
Biggest fight to make, in my opinion, Nate Diaz 3. Because although Chandler should get the fight, but
right,
that fight, there's just a small. I mean, they're both getting older. There's a smaller window to make that fight. And if you want to blow the roof off of a stadium and not have to attach a title to it, that's the fight all day right there. That fight will be massive.
Even so, like if they would have done it lickety split right after number 2, it would have been huge. Even after all this time, I still think that's a huge fight. That's a huge fight. I definitely wish it would have happened sooner, but man, I'm pretty sure McGregor's around my age, so he's got to be around. Yeah, he's 36 now. And I think Diaz is maybe a year or two older than me, 39. Yeah. Oh God. Nate Diaz is 39 years old. I'm so old, you guys. The Nate Diaz fight, that's a good one. That's tough. I feel so bad for Chandler. Like he's
that's the fight I want to see. I still want to see that.
I want to see it too, but
I do. Chandler was my dude in Bellator, man. He was my dude. Whenever they brought Eddie Alvarez over way back when, I was furious because I was like, Chandler needs to be over there, man. Chandler needs to be over there. And when he finally came over, I was like, yes, finally, everybody's going to see what I've been watching, what I've been talking about. And then gets the McGregor fight, and he's just gone. Just doing motivational workout videos every day. But yeah, if we could get that Chandler McGregor fight, I'd be happy. There's a lot of cool fights for him now. If it's not any of them, we were talking about it on the recap video. McGregor and Oliveira would be dope. McGregor and Hooker would be dope. McGregor and Gaethje would be dope. There's just so
I like that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't be opposed to McGregor getting a BMF fight at this point either.
All the way.
I know.
That'd be dope if Holloway won, and coming off a featherweight title win, BMF strap, boom.
If they had a rematch for the BMF belt, I can't confidently say that I would make Max Holloway a lock. I would have to lean towards Max Holloway in that one too, just because of the layoff. But
he looks so good in that last fight with Gaethje.
He looks so good.
I just don't want to see McGregor lose again. I want to see him win. I want to see him win, man. I bet money on the last couple McGregor fights and lost. And being a big fan, it sucks seeing him lose.
I know that feeling, watching your guy go down like that. It's so difficult. See, I was lucky, very lucky, because Nate Diaz was able to get that Tony switch right at the last minute.
Oh, that was the best thing that could have happened.
I was so depressed.
It would have been all bad.
I was so depressed waiting for that Hamzat fight. I was like, man, this is so dirty. I mean, he's always got a shot. He's always got a chance. He's always in it. But it's like, man, that's after everything he's done. And then Nick Diaz with that Lawler fight. Ugh. I still fight with people in comment sections all the time over that. That was so dirt. The featured fight on the prelims for 306 is our boy Raul Rosas Jr. He's going against Kilang Aori. Dude is 25-10 with one no contest. Raul is 9-1. Gee wee wees. If going against this dude that's 25-10, do you guys think that if he gets this done, do you think that it's time for him to get some bigger name fights, or do you think that we still need to kind of like pump the brakes and let him work up a little bit?
Good question.
I think it depends how he wins. If he goes out there and just steamrolls this guy and kind of shows that he's got what it takes to just take out these lower level guys, maybe give him 15, 14. But if it's not like an absolute dominant performance, I think he's got to do at least one more before you kind of get him in that mix. He's young, bro. He's only, 19 years old? You don't want to...
Yeah, he can't be more than 20, 21.
Yeah. You also don't want to stop someone from accomplishing something great, but at the same time, he's 19 and he's got time. John Jones was what, 23 when he won it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. What you're trying to do there with that situation, Is he trying to break it, or is he just trying to do his thing? So
fully agree. I think that he's got the hype around him enough already. They should probably do the Sean O'Malley thing. Let him fight out his contract, just stacking wins. And then once he gets to the renegotiation point, he's like, all right, I'm getting enough money to fight these more dangerous big names, then start laying it on the line for some rankings and stuff like that. But some fun fights available for him, man, in the future. Bantamweight is just crazy.
Yeah, bantamweight's always such a solid division. Those guys are so athletic.
Bantamweight, man, I think bantamweight might be running away with like the signature division right now, because that's back in the day with Chuck Liddell, Rampage, Rashad, Tito Ortiz, all them. It used to be light heavyweight.
Light heavyweight for sure, yeah.
I don't know if light heavyweight is the glamour division anymore, man.
I feel like right now it's lightweight. I feel like right now lightweight is like that division.
I feel like lightweight and bantamweight for sure.
Yeah.
Lightweight I can get behind just because of all they got so many household names, so many stars in that one. Having Max Holloway come up and become BMF at lightweight too. Now he's in the mix. Goodness.
Lightweight too, man.
So exciting, man. As far as is there one fight that you guys are looking forward to the most that's on the horizon? It could be one that's been official already, or just one that's kind of bouncing around, rumors type stuff. What's the one fight that you got to say? And you can't say McGregor for this one too.
I'm not. I'm going John Jones.
Damn it, it stole my damn thing.
John Jones, of course, versus Stipe. That one's been a long time coming.
Well, I'll pick a different one then, because I was gonna pick that one. That's a solid one.
I'm honestly excited for Sean O'Malley Marab as well. That one,
yeah,
I want to spin up quick too.
I gotta see Ilya versus Max, bro.
Oh yeah, Ilya versus
that's
actually a good one.
I love Ilya, and I think he's so good, and I think he got a really good shot at winning this fight and holding that belt down for a while. But I think everyone just wants to see Max put it on him. I think that'd just be sick, bro. See Max go out there and do his thing.
I agree 100%. It's after having that kind of performance for Max, going back down, it's going to be interesting because him going up, he's carrying more power. He looked so good. So good. He didn't look slower. He didn't look like out of it or anything. He didn't look like he wasn't able to take the shots from Gaethje at the bigger weight class. Him versus Ilya is going to be a hell of a fight. A hell of a fight.
I think that fight just opens up so many doors if he wins, because you have beat the number one contender at lightweight, BMF title, featherweight title. It's like he could do whatever. He could do a lightweight title fight, a featherweight title fight, a BMF fight. This guy could do anything at that point. So that'd be fun.
Dude, I honestly could not think of anybody that I would like to see in that position more, because Max has just always been the coolest dude. He's always just, Hawaiians, bro. Hawaiians. Oh, they're chill as hell and always positive. You don't ever see him like wrapped up in any drama or beef or, anything negative like that. You don't ever see him getting arrested or any allegations or failed drug tests, nothing. Just the coolest dude. It's so great. The only person I think that has more hype as far as the upcoming fights than Max Holloway is Alex Pereira. I think, man. Dude, I was really, really hoping to see Khalil Roundtree versus Alex Pereira. I did not think we were going to get it this soon. I thought that I thought they had a little bit more they were going to work out before they gave it to him. I thought they were going to need Khalil to at least get one more fight. His last one, it was amazing, but it was Anthony Smith. Difficult sell. If people were like, okay, you're fighting for the number one contender fight and you're fighting Anthony Smith, that's a very difficult sell. Yeah. But with that being said, Khalil Rountree's been my dude since the jump, and I hate picking against Pereira, but I definitely have to lay some on Roundtree for that one, because I think if anybody has a chance, it's him. He is scary, bro. He's scary. Do you have a prediction for Pereira Roundtree, or you just want to stay away from it?
I'm just biased. So I don't know if I told you, but so one of our really good buddies, his dad used to train directly with Glover and Chuck back in the day. So him and Glover, like, they got pictures together, Halloween pictures, hanging out.
Pit with Hackelman.
Yeah, so that's what they were training at. Glover's actually even been over to my last house. He was at our buddy's baby shower at our work, 6 months ago. So
no way.
It's hard for me to pick against Freya, man.
I totally understand. There's no way for me to say I want to see Roundtree win without seeing Pereira lose. I don't want to see Pereira lose. I just really want to see Roundtree win. And I think that that this fight, I'm going to take out a mortgage on my house and throw it on under 2.5 rounds, because I do not see this fight making it. If it makes it to the second round, I'll be like, wow, that's amazing. I have no idea how that even happened. But bro, that is going to be a hell of a fight. O'Malley and Dvalishvili. O'Malley is, even though it's slight, it's only a minus 105, minus 115. Merab is the betting favorite right now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I could see that.
How do you think that one goes? Do you think that that's justified, or do you think that they're buying into Merab's game a little too heavy?
I think if you look on paper, it's justified. Mm-hmm. I like Merab a lot, and obviously I've got a wrestling background, so I love seeing wrestlers do their thing, but
of course,
he has a really good takedown defense, and he is a sniper on the feet. Like, there's people who are good at striking, and then there's like O'Malley, like his level of awareness of distance, and he doesn't even throw shots that hard, and he just touches you and see head snap back, and he's just such a good calculated striker. And I think if you can just keep, decent wrestling defense, you'll be all right, man. I think you'll be all right.
Wow.
Cardio machine, so
man, I love that. You ain't kidding. How many shots? I think it was, what was it? I don't know, like 1,000 that Merab shot in his last one.
It was like 40 or something like that.
Yeah, that's insane. How many takedowns do you think he actually lands on O'Malley?
Fuck.
I would hope to say 0.
I think O'Malley gets it done early.
But if O'Malley doesn't get it done early, I'd say he gets at least 3.
If this goes out 5 rounds,
then
man, yeah. I could see that. I could see him dragging. I could see him getting O'Malley down and O'Malley not getting back up for that round, kind of thing,
I feel that. He's one thing that I threw out there too. Tim Welch, always been a jiu-jitsu guy, always been hammering jiu-jitsu into O'Malley. O'Malley did grappling, like it was like Metamoris or something like that, where he went against Gilbert Melendez. And he submitted Takanori Gomi.
Yeah.
A lot of people counting out that ground game of O'Malley. I think that could play a factor.
Guillotine as well, huh? Versus Takanori Gomi.
Yeah, that'd be tough with Merab. Merab has no neck.
He has no neck, bro.
There's no way to. Yeah. Oh man, how about Merab's Instagram? How do you rank him as far as MMA trolls go?
I love his.
He's
I
up
love
there.
his Instagram page.
He's
bro.
up there. He's pretty funny.
I love his page. He's funny, man. At first it was kind of corny, but he just kept doing it, and I was like, "This guy's funny, man."
Yeah.
All right. I gotta say, I think Derek Lewis has to be all-time #1 funniest Instagram. I think Paulo Costa has to be up there. Merab's definitely in the top 5.
Oh
yeah. 100%.
Rampage Jackson, if Instagram was a thing when he was in the UFC, oh my god, that guy would have been an absolute he's a clown still.
Oh man, that would have been amazing. There's a few guys that I think are probably better off now because they didn't have social media and stuff back then too. Especially some of the stories you hear, like being able to like see even a lot of the guys that you guys have on yours too with the interviews, having people just tell stories from back in the time when there wasn't social media. It's so cool. Like, and listening to a lot of the stuff that went on back there, like, it's a good thing they didn't have camera phones back then.
Seriously, huh?
There'd be quite a few issues going on.
Yeah.
I would put Fluffy in the top 5 funniest Instagram pages too. If anybody watching, if you're not following him, it's our kind of humor, kind of not safe for work type stuff.
That's the stuff we like.
While I'm looking this up, I wanted to ask you guys what you think is next for one of our personal favorites, the boy Alex Perez. The last one, unfortunately, kind of tough outing, but it happens. It ain't no thing. It happens to the best of them. He's been at the top. He's worked his way back up. How did you feel about that? And where do you think he goes from here?
Man, I thought he was outworking him that fight, kind of outpacing him. I wouldn't say like out techniquing him or anything. He was just kind of putting a pace on him.
Right.
And then he just got caught, got his back taken, and that was that. But he's recovering right now, so he's kind of been posting his recovery, all that stuff. I like the idea of like him versus Manel, Cape. I like that because Manel's coming off that loss. I think he needs a little bit of time off. I don't think there's really anyone that he could even fight right now that makes sense. So I think you make that fight first quarter or first half of next year, and that's a good one.
I do like that. He's currently sitting at number 6, so he's still in the mix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and he came off a good performance. That knockout he had against Nikolai. So
yeah.
That was a good one. And then, like I said, I thought he was doing really good again that fight, and then he just shit happens, you know.
We've all got caught. It happens. So I'm glad to see that he's still right up in the mix in the rankings too. Didn't drop too much. I think he practically just switched spots with Tyra in the rankings. John Jones and Stipe. Now, if John Jones beats Stipe, big if, but if John Jones beats Stipe, does he stick around to fight Tom Aspinall, or does he call it a career and dip?
Pay that man his money. Yeah. That's all he wants, I promise you. I when people say that he's scared or ducking Tom, I'm like, you're tripping. Like, this guy's, first of all, been at the pinnacle of this sport for, who knows how long, you know, since he was 23, he won the belt. He's not scared to fight anyone. He's playing his cards right. He's going to dominate Stipe, pay that man his money. Go fight Tom. That's what I think. I think he's trolling hard when he says he's going to retire and stuff like that. He might if you don't pay him, but if you pay him, I think that.
If you pay him enough, it'll happen.
That seems to be the theme is people holding out, trying to get those deals renegotiated, trying to get a little bit extra sprinkled on top.
If anyone's gonna ask for it, that's the damn guy you pay the money to, you know, like
facts. I don't think beating Stipe does much for him. I think, you know, Stipe is, you know, on paper the best heavyweight champion that they've ever had, but I just feel like everything that he's talking about doing, everything he's talking about accomplishing in beating Stipe, it's already been done by now. So I think that Aspinall is what John Jones thinks Stipe was. He's been wowing us like forever. He's been wowing us. He's been beating every single person they put in front of him. Tough fights against like Gustafsson and Reyes. People started taking him the distance more later on. Like DC Glover took him the distance. Who was it? OSP when he came back. Just been going the distance with everybody. Now that he's up at heavyweight and everybody drops at heavyweight. Just people just go down and do not get back up at heavyweight. How does he beat Tom Aspinall then?
He's got really good. He's very defensively responsible on the feet. John Jones, although he does get hit, but when I see Tom Aspinall fight, like he's really willing to put himself in a bad spot to like land something. And I think at a very high level, game of inches, man, I could see John Jones taking advantage of a handful of different things, whether it's on the feet or just landing a takedown that he needs to control the fight, whatever. But he's got like that real high level experience. Mm-hmm. Tom Aspinall is really good, super talented, athletic, hits hard, fast, got a chin, can do it all. But
he's the future for sure.
I still think Jones gets it done. I do. I really do.
There's no way to not bet on right now. Like that, even against Aspinall, like it's been so long and he's overcome. Everybody was supposed to beat Jones. Everyone that they put him up against. Aspinall has looked incredible against everyone he's gone against, but Curtis Blades is not John Jones. Sergey is not John Jones. Everyone that I can't think of anybody that he's faced that you could say like, oh, that was a good indicator of how he would do against John Jones. Yeah. But then, not to ruffle any feathers, but if Stipe gets it done,
oh, bro, that would be the best. That would be the biggest like mic drop if Stipe just gets it done and retires on both of them.
That's bro. That would be the most. I think it's like 4 years now. I think it was 2020 when he last fought against Francis to come back from.
This guy hasn't even fought in any Venom gear. He fought in Reebok the last time he fought.
Right.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
He hasn't even seen a Venom check yet, son.
He hasn't. I don't think Stipe wants to get that smoke with Aspinall, though. I think it's a terrible matchup for him.
I don't see too many matchups that look good for him.
Straight up, bro.
Right now, it's just so tough. It's so tough. I want to give him his credit. I want to give him the favoritism and stuff. He's another one of just the coolest dude. Just one of the good old boys. Just, you can't not like the guy, but it's going to be a rough November, man. There's going to be some crazy stuff going on. Is there anything big coming up that you guys would like to share with the people?
Keep an eye out. We're going to have a new logo. We're going to have a new structure on how we do things.
New styles of shorts, new ideas. Yeah, new content.
We're switching up our whole style. So you're going to see it very soon. I don't know when our next post will be, but we want to make sure we come out this time with. We want people to know like it's different, like these guys changed everything. So it's a full revamp.
I dig it.
Carry over some of the same stuff, like top fives and all that. Like we're still gonna be doing stuff like that and covering the cards and stuff like that. But yeah.
Hell yeah. I like it. I loved how you guys had it going before too. Like all the you guys have always been like so professional with it. Everything looks super clean. Like I totally understand, trying to, you gotta switch stuff up sometimes too. We all do. You can't just stay the same forever. I love your guys' show. You guys, everything that you guys do is like, it's fun to watch. It's good to watch. You guys have like, different lists. You guys are always bouncing back and forth with your takes, and it's so fun.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Do you guys have like a dream interview, like somebody who you guys were like, man, if we can get them on, that would end it all?
I mean, I would say there's two people, but I would say, McGregor, but nobody gets McGregor. I mean, obviously McGregor, John Jones would be huge.
I think just because of the connection we have, I think it's super possible to get a Pereira interview. An Alex Pereira interview.
That would be
he's been to our hometown. He stayed with my buddy's dad before at his house. That's less than 5 minutes down the street away from us. So I think the next time they visit, I think it's doable. That's why I think that's the interview that I would pick. Glover and Pereira. I think that's doable.
That would be big. That'd be sick. Do you speak any Portuguese? He needs a translator.
He's gonna need a translator.
Yeah, Glover's gonna need to translate.
Glover's gonna translate.
Man, having him and Glover, that would be so dope. That would be so dope, man.
So
have you seen his coach, the dang, I can't remember his name. The guy that translates for him too.
Yeah.
That guy, I think he would be cool to have on. He seems like
you'd probably be with him too.
Yeah.
He seems like, even though he kind of hangs back and just does like the, help analysis, I feel like that guy's got some stories.
I bet he does, man. I
feel like he's got some stories that guy looks like he's been in the middle of some shit.
Oh, for real. What about you, bro?
Man, we talk about it. There's a few guys that I've like always kind of like wanted to shoot the shit with. Obviously the Diaz brothers, but that's a very big ask, because just like McGregor, they don't talk to nobody. Yeah. Nate Diaz has done a few interviews with people who are out that way where we're from, so maybe if I can get a big enough following, might be able to swing that one. But we really want to get Kevin Holland on.
That'd be sick. Big mouth.
It would be fun. Dustin Poirier would be a cool one. And I like who's the fucking MAGA? Colby Covington. Yeah. That one, I think we could do numbers with that one. I think I could get him in some trouble if I tried.
That gets some clicks for sure, bro. Oh my gosh.
At this point, I feel like everybody kind of knows that it's all like just a pro wrestling act and stuff. I think it would be cool to kind of get him in an interview and be like, all right, bro, just cut the shit. Let's get down to some brass tacks. And just talk about some real stuff. As far as fights that have already happened, what was your guys's, would you say, was the most surprising fight? Like the one where you were like, what is going on right now? What did I just watch? What's the one that had your like jaw on the floor?
This year or all time?
All time.
My biggest one, jaw on the floor, would have to be, I feel like it's that Leon Kamaru knockout.
That's a good one.
That one.
I had my jaw on the floor for that one too.
Yeah.
I think that it popped up for me. One, just because how massive she was when it happened, was when Holly Holm knocked out Ronda Rousey. That one, like, I'll never forget that one, bro. That was a massive one. And then
I have another one now.
And then when Conor knocked out Aldo, that one was.
Yeah.
I remember where I was at. I was at a bar at that point in Luke's.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even hear yourself talk. The room was just going crazy.
Also, Juliana Pena beating Amanda Nunes. That one was wow.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one too, man.
That was a very good one. Very good one. The remembering where you were at type of fights. The one that I always remember was when Nate Diaz beat McGregor. We were here in Reno. Wasn't too long after I moved here. I think I moved here in 2014 or so, and this was 2016. But we were at a bar, and the bar was so packed that they didn't have any more room inside the bar. So we were all outside listening to the speakers, but watching the TVs that were inside the bar.
Oh, shit.
We were the only people that were rooting for Nate Diaz. And by the time it was over, of course, everybody was like, oh, yeah, Diaz. I knew he was like, no. Of course, Max Holloway knocking out Gaethje in the last second. I was not even exaggerating. I was literally on the floor. I fell down on the floor like, what the hell just happened, bro?
That was insane. That was insane.
I was explaining to my girl, like, she was watching it too. She watches them, of course, just because I watch them. Yeah. She gets into it, but she watches it as like a fan. Yeah. Trying to explain to her, she's like, man, that was crazy. And I'm like, no, that was crazy. That was the craziest thing that's ever happened.
History right there.
Yeah. That But the Kamaru Leon Edwards too. That one, that's got to be top 4. Like, oh my God, moments.
Yeah.
Well, fellas, we just hit an hour. I don't want to take up too much more of your time. Thank you guys so much for doing this. It's been a pleasure. Do you have any final words? Anything you want to tell the people? Let them know, all your socials, where they can find you at.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, appreciate you for bringing us on, bro.
Thank you for having us, bro.
We watch your podcast probably more than we watch our own, so we appreciate you.
I watch yours more than I watch mine, so it evens out.
You're just a smart dude, bro. You know what you're talking about. We know that you've been doing this for a long time, so it's a pleasure to be able to talk with someone like you, knowing that you know more than us, So I'm trying to just hang with the big dogs, but thank you, man. Our socials: Putasos Podcast, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. You know the vibe.
All of them.
Everything, everything. Other than that, bro. Yeah, thank you, man. We appreciate you.
We appreciate it, bro.
Of course, bro. Don't sell yourself short. You guys are doing a fantastic job. You guys are doing a great job, and I can't wait to see the new logo. You gotta make sure you throw it my way, so I get a little sneak peek at it.
Sure, bro. Sure. We got you.
Joe and Sam, everybody, you guys check them out. Putasos Podcast. Follow them on Instagram, YouTube, everywhere. Just look up Putasos Podcast, and they're going to be right there in your face, baby. A lot of great interviews, a lot of great episodes, the picks. They do all kinds of fun lists. You will not be disappointed, so make sure you guys check them out. Thank you, brothers. Appreciate you. Great to talk with you again. It's been Drew, Joe, Sam, the Fight Pit. We out. Peace.
They know what it is, know what I do, know who I am, who don't understand. Yeah,